Alex, I have a question for you. Why is everyone so tired?
That's a big question, and also slightly funny because I was literally about to tell you that I'm tired today.
Oh, really? See, that's exactly what I mean. Everybody seems tired. You ask someone, "How are you?" and they say, "Good, just tired." Monday, tired. Friday, tired. After vacation, somehow still tired.
Yeah, that's so true, Emma. That's true. Although, after some vacations, I think people need another vacation to recover from the vacation.
Exactly, right? Exactly. And here's what I find strange. Our lives are supposed to be easier than they were 50 or 100 years ago. We have washing machines, cars, food delivery, online shopping, smartphones. We can send a message to someone on the other side of the world in 2 seconds. So why do so many of us feel exhausted?
Hmm, maybe because all those things that make life easier also make it harder to switch off.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So maybe we're not physically busier. Maybe our brains are busier.
Yeah, definitely our brains. Exactly. And I think that's what we should talk about today, because maybe sleep isn't the whole story.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, let's figure it out. Why are we all so tired?
Let's start with the obvious answer sleep. Maybe we're tired because we're simply not sleeping enough. How many hours did you sleep last night?
About 7, maybe 7.5.
Okay, that's not terrible.
No, it's not bad. No, and I still didn't want to get out of bed this morning. What about you?
Probably 6.5.
Alex!
What?
You can't complain about being tired and then casually tell me you slept 6.5 hours.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that. But 6.5 isn't that bad.
That's what they all say. That's exactly what tired people say.
Okay, fair enough. But here's my problem. I can go to bed at a reasonable time, I just don't always go to sleep at a reasonable time.
Ah, okay. So what happens then? Ah. What happens?
My phone happens.
Of course it does. Of course.
I'll get into bed at 11 and think, great, I'm going to sleep early tonight. Then I'll check one message, that's all. And somehow, 25 minutes later, I'm watching a video about how people lived in medieval castles.
Oh my gosh, medieval castles? Why medieval castles?
I don't know, that's the problem. I didn't choose medieval castles. The internet chose medieval castles for me.
That is painfully accurate. So true. That's painfully accurate. You open your phone for one reason, and then suddenly you're somewhere completely different.
Exactly. And then I look at the time and think, okay, now I really need to sleep, but I'm still holding the phone.
Right, still holding it. I do something similar, but mine is usually more practical. I'll remember something I need to do tomorrow, so I check my calendar. Then I see an email, then I answer the email, then I remember something else, and suddenly I'm basically working from bed.
So your body is in bed, but your brain is still at work.
Yes, exactly. Yes. That's a good way to put it. And I think that's our first clue. Maybe being in bed isn't the same as resting.
Definitely not. And there's a useful phrase there for anyone listening. Switch off. If you switch off mentally, you stop thinking about work, problems, messages, and everything you need to do.
Yeah, to switch off. And some people are very bad at switching off.
Are you looking at me?
Maybe.
Fair.
But let's say someone sleeps 8 hours. They can still wake up tired. So sleep can't explain everything.
No, it can't. I think there's another kind of tiredness. Mental tiredness.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You can spend the whole day sitting at a desk and feel completely exhausted at 6 o'clock, even though physically you haven't really done very much.
Right, you haven't run 10 kilometers, you haven't carried anything heavy, but you've answered 30 emails, made decisions, solved problems, remembered appointments, changed tasks 20 times, talked to people, read messages, checked notifications.
Oh, that's a lot. And that's interesting because from the outside, it doesn't look exhausting. You're just sitting there.
Exactly. Imagine someone from 200 years ago watching us work. They'd probably say, "You're sitting in a comfortable chair in a warm room. Why are you tired?"
And we'd say, "You don't understand. I had 6 Zoom meetings."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But actually, 6 meetings can be exhausting, especially when you're trying to focus.
Totally. I think one of the biggest problems is constantly changing attention. You start writing something, a message arrives, you answer it, you go back to writing, then an email appears, then someone asks you a question, then your phone vibrates.
Yeah. And every single thing is small. That's what makes it difficult to notice. No single message destroys your day, but hundreds of little interruptions.
Make your brain feel like it never gets to finish anything. Yeah.
Exactly. Have you ever had one of those days when you were busy all day, but at the end you thought, what did I actually do?
All the time.
Me too. And that's such a frustrating feeling because you're tired, but you don't have the satisfaction of thinking, I finished something important.
You just feel busy.
And maybe that's different from being productive.
Very different. Being busy means you did a lot of things. Being productive means some of those things actually mattered.
That's an important distinction, and I think modern life gives us endless opportunities to be busy.
Okay, we have to talk properly about phones.
Oh, I knew this was coming.
Because I think we're underestimating how tiring they are.
Mm, I'm not sure I completely agree.
Really?
Phones aren't automatically bad. They make life easier in so many ways. Maps, banking, messages, photos, music, learning English.
Nice save.
Thank you.
And you're right, the phone itself isn't the problem. It's what happens when every quiet moment becomes phone time.
Yes, that's different. Yes, that's different. Waiting for coffee? Phone. Waiting for a bus? Phone. Elevator? Phone. Commercial break? Phone. Someone goes to the bathroom in a restaurant? Immediately, phone.
Oh, that last one is so true. That last one is so true.
We've almost eliminated boredom.
And that sounds like a good thing. Nobody likes being bored.
But maybe a little boredom is useful.
Explain.
Well, think about what happened before smartphones. You might sit on a bus for 20 minutes and just look out the window. Your mind could wander. You could think about something or nothing.
Yeah, doing nothing sounds strangely luxurious now.
It does. And that's ridiculous. Doing nothing is free.
Not if you're doing nothing in a very expensive cafe.
Okay, fair point. But you know what I mean. Our brains used to have little gaps during the day. Now we fill almost every gap with information.
And not just one kind of information. That's the weird part. You can see a funny dog video, then a war, then someone's breakfast, then an advertisement, then breaking news, then your friend's vacation, then someone explaining why you're using your dishwasher incorrectly.
Oh, I apparently use everything incorrectly according to the internet. My dishwasher, my washing machine, my toothbrush, my pillows.
Your pillows?
Yes, apparently I've been sleeping wrong my entire life.
That probably explains why you're tired. That probably explains why you're tired.
We've solved it. End of podcast.
20 minutes early. 20 minutes early.
But seriously, that's a huge amount of stimulation.
Right, and overstimulated is a useful word here. It means your brain is receiving so much activity, information, noise, or input that it becomes difficult to relax.
Without realizing it. And I think many of us are overstimulated without realizing it because it feels normal.
Exactly. If something happens every day, you stop noticing it.
Okay, but here's the part I don't understand. We have weekends. If we're tired from Monday to Friday, shouldn't Saturday and Sunday fix the problem?
In theory, yes. In theory.
But then Monday morning arrives and everybody says,
I'm exhausted.
exactly. So what are we doing wrong?
I think we sometimes turn weekends into another project, don't you think?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
You work all week, and then Saturday arrives, and suddenly you have a list. Clean the house, buy groceries, go to the gym, visit family, meet friends, fix something, answer messages, do laundry, cook.
Oh, that list. And because it's the weekend, you also feel pressure to have fun.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't just be productive. You have to have an amazing weekend.
Preferably one that looks good in photos.
Exactly. So Saturday morning, you're cleaning the kitchen. Saturday afternoon, you're shopping. Saturday evening, you're meeting friends because you haven't seen them for 3 weeks. Sunday, you're visiting family. And at 9 o'clock Sunday night,
You finally sit down.
and think, I need a weekend.
I've definitely had weekends like that. I've definitely had weekends like that.
Me too. And here's another strange thing. Sometimes when I genuinely do nothing, I feel guilty.
Really? You feel guilty? Really?
A little. I'll sit down at 2 in the afternoon with absolutely nothing urgent to do, and after 20 minutes, my brain starts saying, shouldn't you be doing something?
That's interesting. I'm actually quite good at doing nothing.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
It's one of my talents.
What does doing nothing look like for you?
Coffee, a chair, maybe music. No plan.
And you don't think about the things you should be doing?
Oh, I think about them. I just decide not to do them.
Wow, I need lessons.
I offer a 12-week course.
Doing nothing with Alex. I like that. Doing nothing with Alex.
Lesson 1. Sit down.
Lesson 2?
Stay there.
Okay, I might actually subscribe. This makes me think about the word busy.
What about it?
What about it?
Have you noticed how often people say they're busy, almost like it's something positive?
Yeah, I have. Yeah. How's work? Busy. How's life? Busy.
Right, and sometimes there's almost a little pride in it.
Exactly. Exactly. If you're busy, people need you. You have responsibilities. Things are happening.
Whereas if you say, honestly, I'm not very busy right now, it can almost sound like something is wrong, right?
Yes, imagine two people meeting. How are things? Great. I have almost nothing to do.
That actually sounds fantastic.
It does. It does to me too. But culturally, we're often encouraged to keep moving, to improve, to achieve, to optimize everything.
Yeah, optimize is such a modern word. Optimize your morning, optimize your sleep, optimize your exercise, optimize your work.
Even relaxation becomes something you have to be good at.
7 scientifically proven ways to relax more efficiently.
Exactly. Exactly. And now relaxing is another task.
Which is not very relaxing.
No, and social media probably adds another layer because you're not only living your own life, you're constantly seeing what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm. And everybody else looks productive.
Or happy, or successful, or on vacation.
Nobody posts a photo saying, "Here's me doing absolutely nothing for 4 hours."
Actually, maybe they should.
It could be the next trend.
But comparison is tiring. You can have a perfectly normal day and feel fine about it. Then you open your phone, someone has run 10 kilometers before breakfast. Someone else has started a company. Someone is in Bali. Someone has renovated their entire kitchen.
And you managed to put the laundry away. And you managed to put the laundry away.
Which, by the way, is an achievement.
Absolutely, especially if you put it away on the same day.
That's advanced adulting.
I think we've reached something important. Maybe the problem isn't simply that we're doing too much. Maybe we're never completely off.
What do you mean by off?
Think about work. Years ago, for many jobs, when you left work, you left work. You couldn't check your email at dinner because your email was at the office.
Wow, that's hard to imagine now.
Now, work can follow you everywhere. Your laptop comes home. Your email is on your phone. Your coworkers can message you.
Yeah, and even if nobody contacts you, you can contact yourself.
What does that mean?
You know when you're relaxing and suddenly think, I'll just quickly check tomorrow's schedule. Nobody asked you to. You did it to yourself.
That's true. We're carrying the door to the office around in our pockets.
That's a good way to describe a smartphone.
And it's not only work. Entertainment follows us everywhere too. News follows us. People follow us. Everything is available all the time.
Which sounds like freedom.
But it also means we have to decide when to stop, and humans aren't always great at stopping.
Yeah, especially when everything is designed to keep our attention.
Exactly. One more video, one more episode, one more message, one more article.
One more podcast.
Except this podcast. People should definitely finish this podcast.
Oh, obviously, for educational reasons.
Purely educational.
Okay, we've complained enough. Let's make this useful. What actually makes you feel rested? And don't just say sleep.
Walking. Definitely.
Really?
Yeah, especially walking without a destination. Not walking because I need to buy something. Not walking because I'm late. Just going outside and walking.
Interesting. Do you listen to anything?
Sometimes, but actually, I feel better when I don't.
Oh, interesting. So no podcast.
Sorry.
You're telling people to stop listening to podcasts on our podcast.
Not this one, other podcasts.
Good recovery. Good recovery.
But seriously, sometimes I need silence. What about you?
Being outside helps me too. And I think seeing friends can help, but only the right kind of socializing.
What does that mean? The right kind. What does that mean?
If I'm already exhausted, going somewhere loud with 20 people doesn't make me feel rested. But having coffee with one person I really like, that can make me feel better.
That's interesting because technically you're still doing something, right? That's interesting because technically you're still doing something.
Right. Rest doesn't always mean doing nothing. Sometimes it means doing something that doesn't drain you.
That's a really useful distinction. Yeah, that's a really useful distinction.
What else?
Cooking, if I'm not in a hurry.
Oh, that's an important condition. That's an important condition.
Very important. Cooking at 6:30 when you're hungry and everyone is waiting is not relaxing.
No, that's survival.
Exactly, but cooking on a Sunday when I have time can be relaxing.
Yeah, for me, one of the best things is a quiet morning. Coffee, no rush, no need to immediately check anything.
Do you actually manage not to check your phone?
Mm, sometimes.
That answer wasn't very confident.
Okay, I'm working on it.
Fair enough.
And sleep does matter, obviously, but I think we've discovered that rest is bigger than sleep.
Definitely, you can sleep and still not feel mentally rested.
Let's give everyone listening a tiny experiment. Nothing complicated.
Good, because if you give tired people a 12-step morning routine, they'll become more tired.
Exactly. So here's the experiment. At some point today or tomorrow, take 30 minutes when you don't need to do anything.
And what are the rules?
No work, no email, no social media, no news.
Can they watch television?
I'm gonna say no.
Ugh, this is getting difficult. This is getting difficult.
30 minutes, Alex. You'll survive.
Okay, what can we do then? Okay, what can we do?
Walk, sit outside, have coffee, take a bath, cook something if you enjoy cooking, talk to someone, look out the window.
Do nothing, my specialty. Do nothing, my specialty.
Yes, you can practice Alex's advanced technique.
Sit down. Stay there.
Exactly. And here's the interesting part. Notice how it feels.
I think some people will feel uncomfortable at first, honestly. I think some people will feel uncomfortable at first.
I agree. Because we're so used to filling empty time, you might automatically reach for your phone without even thinking.
Yeah, that's happened to me. I've put my phone down because I wanted a break, and then 2 minutes later, I've picked it up again.
For no reason at all? For no reason?
No reason at all. I didn't need anything. It was automatic.
And that's exactly why this could be interesting. Not because 30 minutes will magically change your life, it won't, but because you might notice how difficult it is to actually switch off.
You know what? I think our original question might be wrong.
Oh, why? Why is everyone so tired?
Yeah, maybe instead of asking, why am I tired, we should sometimes ask, when was the last time I was actually resting?
Oh, I like that because you can be sitting on the sofa and not resting.
Exactly. You can be sitting on the sofa answering emails.
Or reading bad news.
Or comparing your life to somebody else's.
Or thinking about 12 things you need to do tomorrow.
Your body is still, your brain isn't.
And maybe that's why some activities that require movement can actually make us feel more rested. Walking, gardening, cooking.
Because mentally, you're somewhere else.
Exactly.
So, what's your answer now? Why is everyone so tired?
I don't think there's one answer. Sometimes we genuinely need more sleep. Sometimes we're working too much. Sometimes we're worrying. Sometimes we're constantly connected. Sometimes we're trying to fit too much into every day. And sometimes we've simply forgotten how to do nothing.
That's probably my favorite answer. That's a really insightful summary, Emma. It seems like the problem is multi-layered. So, if we're constantly on, what are some practical steps we can take to genuinely switch off and find that rest?
Of course it is. It validates your lifestyle. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? One thing that's been gaining traction is the idea of a digital detox. It doesn't have to mean completely abandoning your devices, but rather consciously setting aside time each day or week where you disconnect. No screens, no notifications, just pure, uninterrupted time for yourself.
Finally, a digital detox? That sounds both appealing and terrifying at the same time. I can already hear my phone calling to me, but I can see the value. It's like creating those little gaps for our brains we talked about earlier, but intentionally.
So here's our question for you. What makes you feel tired even when you've slept enough?
Exactly. And it's not just about removing the negative, but actively replacing it with something positive. Instead of scrolling, maybe you read a physical book, listen to music without distractions, practice a hobby, or simply sit and observe your surroundings. The key is to engage your mind differently, in a way that allows it to truly unwind.
And what actually helps you switch off? So it's about mindful engagement rather than just passive consumption. I suppose it connects to the idea of a flow state too, where you're so immersed in an activity that you lose track of time. That kind of focus can be incredibly restorative, even if it's demanding in its own way. Building on what Emma said, truly finding rest in this always on world really comes down to setting boundaries. It's not just about turning off your phone, but actively choosing to engage with things that replenish you. Maybe it's a long walk in nature, a deep conversation with a loved one, or simply staring out the window and letting your mind wander without judgment. We've been conditioned to believe that every moment needs to be productive, but sometimes the most productive thing you can do for your mind is to allow it to be unproductive. It's a challenge, but a necessary one if we want to combat this pervasive tiredness. Remember, your brain needs moments of genuine downtime to process, consolidate, and recharge. Don't underestimate the power of simply existing in the moment.
Tell us in the comments, and if you're learning English with us, notice something else. You just listened to a full conversation about a real topic in English. You didn't need a vocabulary test. You didn't need 50 questions. You followed ideas, opinions, stories, jokes, and disagreements. Absolutely. Finding those activities that put you in a flow state is crucial. It could be painting, playing an instrument, gardening, or even a really engaging conversation with a friend where you're truly present. The opposite of being overstimulated is being deeply engaged.
That's real listening practice. Deeply engaged. I like that. So instead of thinking about doing nothing, which can feel like a chore, we reframe it as deeply engaging in something restorative. It sounds much more appealing and probably more effective for combating that underlying mental fatigue.
And that's exactly what we're going to do more of here. Interesting conversations, real English, English you can actually understand and use. Exactly. And this isn't about productivity, it's about genuine well-being. It's about giving your brain the kind of rest it truly needs, not just shutting down your body. So, for our listeners, try finding one activity that helps you achieve that deep engagement, that flow state, and dedicate some time to it this week. It could be as simple as truly listening to an entire album, or spending an hour drawing, or even just sitting with a cup of tea, fully present, observing the world around you without reaching for a screen.
If you'd like to join the next conversation, subscribe to Make English Easy.
And maybe after this episode, put your phone down for 30 minutes.
After you leave a comment.
Obviously.
Priorities.
See you next time.
Bye.